Good morning, everyone. Welcome again. Today we will discuss anxiety disorder in chapter 4 psychological disorders. So let's start with anxiety today. Anxiety, defined as a subjective sense of unease, dread, or foreboding, can indicate a primary psychiatric condition. Anxiety can be described as an uncomfortable feeling of vague fear or apprehension, accompanied by characteristic physical sensation. Anxiety can produce uncomfortable and potentially debilitating psychological, like for example here worry or feeling of threat, and physiological arousal like tachycardia and shortness of breath. So this is about anxiety. I want to give here one example about one day while driving home. Deb felt his heart beating rapidly. He started sweating profusely and even felt short of breath. He was so scared that he stopped the car and stepped out. In the next few months, these attacks increased, and how now he was hesitant to drive for fear of being caught in traffic during an attack. So Deb started feeling that he had gone crazy and would die. Soon he remained indoors and refused to move out of the house. So we experience anxiety when we are waiting to take an examination or to visit a dentist or even to give a solo performance. This is a normal and expected or even motivates us to do our task well. So on the other hand, high levels of anxiety that are distressing and interfere with effective functioning indicate the presence of an anxiety disorder. So the most common category of psychological disorders, this is the most common category. Everyone has worries and fears, and the term anxiety is usually defined as a diffuse, vague, very unpleasant feeling of fear, apprehension. The anxious individual also shows combination of the following symptoms: rapid heart rate, shortness of breath, diarrhea, loss of appetite, fainting, dizziness, sweating, sleeplessness, and frequent urination and tremors. So there are many types of anxiety disorders. So let's discuss all this one by one. First is GAD, generalized anxiety disorder. Second, panic disorder, phobias, OCD, PTSD. So let's discuss all this in detail. Firstly, we will discuss generalized anxiety disorder. So generalized anxiety disorder, which consists of prolonged, vague, and unexplained and intense fears that are not attached to any particular object. The symptoms include worry, apprehension, feelings about the future, hypervigilance, which involves constantly scanning the environment for dangers. It is marked by motor tension, as a result of which the person is unable to relax, is restless and visible, shaky and tense. So continuous state of anxiety marked by feeling of worry, dread, apprehension, difficulties in concentration, and signs of motor tension. Here is about emotional cognitive symptoms of GAD. It's include worrying, having anxious feeling, thoughts about many subjects, and sometimes free-floating anxiety with no attachment to any subject. Anxious anticipation interferes with concentration. Physical symptoms are include autonomic arousal like trembling, sweating, fidgeting, agitation, and sleep disruption. So this is a physical symptom. So this is all about generalized anxiety disorder. Next disorder is another type of anxiety disorder is panic disorder. An anxiety disorder in which a person experiences recurring panic attacks. Panic attack, a feeling of impending doom or death, accompanied by the physiological symptoms such as rapid breathing and dizziness. Panic disorder, which consists of recurrent anxiety attacks in which a person experiences intense terror. A panic attack denotes an abrupt surge of intense anxiety rising to a peak when thoughts of a particular stimuli are present. Such thoughts occur in an unpredictable manner. The clinical features include shortness of breath, dizziness, trembling, palpitation, choking, nausea, chest pain or discomfort, fear of going crazy, losing control or dying. So here is also Panic disorder, I am dying. A panic attack is not just an anxiety attack. It may include many minutes of intense dread or terror. Chest pains, choking, numbness, and other frightening physical sensation. Patient may feel certain it's a heart attack. A feeling of a need to escape. Panic disorder refers to repeated and unexpected panic attacks, as well as a fear of next attack and a change in behavior to avoid panic attacks. In panic attack, you might have met or heard of someone who was afraid to travel in lift, or climb to 10th floor of a building, or refuse to enter a room if she or he saw a lizard. So you may have also felt it yourself, or seen a friend unable to speak a word of a well memorized and rehearsed speech before an audience. So these kinds of fear are as phobias. So let's discuss this type of anxiety disorders. So a specific phobia is more than just a strong fear or dislike. A specific phobia is diagnosed when there is an uncontrollable, irrational, intense desire to avoid some object or situation. Even an image of the object can trigger a reaction. Get it away from me. The uncontrollable, irrational, intense desire to avoid the object of the phobia. You can see here anxiety disorder characterized by an irrational, overwhelming, persistent fear of particular object or situation. Aerophobia means fear of flying, fear of flying, and allurophobia means fear of cats, algophobia fear of pain, and cynophobia fear of dogs, gamophobia fear of marriage, and some more are here. Nyctophobia fear of darkness, and xenophobia fear of strangers, social phobia fear of being humiliated and embarrassed in social situation. These are some phobias you face in some situations. So what trends are evident here, which varies more in fear or phobias? What does this imply? So people who have phobias have irrational fear related to specific object, people, and situations. So specific phobias are the most commonly occurring type of phobia. This group includes irrational fear, such as intense fear of certain types of animal, or of being in an enclosed space, intense and incapacitating fear and embarrassment when dealing with other characterized. So social anxiety disorder, social phobia. One more is here, agoraphobia. About agoraphobia is a term used when people develop a fear of entering unfamiliar situations. And many people with agoraphobia are afraid of leaving their home, so their ability to carry out normal life activities is severely limited. And agoraphobia is the avoidance of situation in which one will fear having a panic attack, especially a situation in which it is difficult to get help and from which it is difficult to escape. Next is social phobia. Social phobia refers to an intense fear of being watched and judged by others. It is visible as a fear of public appearance, in which embarrassment or humiliation is possible, such as public speaking, eating, or performing. So this is about some special phobias. Next is separation anxiety disorder, means SAD. Separation anxiety disorder accounts for approximately half of the referrals among all anxiety disorders, usually diagnosed in infancy, childhood, and adolescence. So SAD is characterized by a normal reactivity to real or imagined separation from attachments, figures that significantly interferes with daily activities and development tasks. So SAD is another type of anxiety disorder. Individuals with separation anxiety disorders are fearful and anxious about separation from attachment figures to an extent that is developmentally not appropriate. Children with SAD may have difficulty being in a room by themselves, going to school alone, are fearful of entering new situations, and cling to and shadow their parents' every move. And to avoid separation, children with SAD may fuss and scream, so throw severe tantrums or make suicidal gestures also. So age of onset, separation anxiety symptoms usually peak between 9 to 13 months of age, decrease usually after 2 years of age, with increasing level of autonomy by the age of 3. Signs and symptoms are here. The cranial symptom is significant distress or excessive unrealistic fears upon separation from parents or the home. Child worries that something may happen to his parents. For example, they will disappear, get lost and forget about him, or the child will get lost, kidnapped or killed if he is not near his parents. So these are some signs and symptoms of separation anxiety disorder. So that's it for today. Next time we will move further. Thank you.